to the Diamond Niner Gals podcast. This is season 3. It is a brand new season of Charlotte 49ers softball and a brand new era of Charlotte 49ers softball. I am Nick, joined as always by Kevin.
Hey, what's up, Niner Nation?
And producer Brad making all this go.
Hey.
How we doing, boys?
Doing great. We got 3 days and 17 hours until first pitch of softball season, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
Not that you're counting.
It's exciting time.
Brad, he didn't give us minutes, man. What's up with that? He's
I was curious about that. I didn't know he had it down to the hour, but I mean, minutes would have been the next level right there.
I would do the math, but that's not really my thing. All right, boys, it's been a long and eventful offseason. There's a lot to talk about, right? A lot of changes. But I think what we need to do really is start with some changes we wanted to make here, Kevin. Because we're always trying to get better, are we not?
Always, every day.
We're always looking to improve. And the time just felt right to maybe make some upgrades to the show here. I definitely call them upgrades. In this new era of college athletics, this new era of Charlotte softball, Kevin and producer Brad and I decided to go in to the portal and look to bring in some talent. And that's exactly what we did, Kevin.
Right. Most of you guys know our two new co-hosts, but in case you are new to the program, let me introduce Anna Devereaux and Maddie Sherrill.
Hey, I guess I'm going first. I'm Madison Sherrill. I played here from 2020 to 2023, maybe. The years get a little hazy, but I was a catcher. I'm originally from Southern California, and I mean, I bleed Niner green. I absolutely love Charlotte. I wanted to go as far as possible, and when I saw Charlotte, I absolutely fell in love. So I'm so happy to be here and to talk about the program and where it's going.
What an intro. Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Devereaux. I played at Charlotte from fall of 2018 until the spring of 2023. So I was here for 5 seasons, played under 2 different coaching staffs here. So just really excited for yet another great reign of an empire to get started here. And like Madison said, I am such a Niner fan through and through, always will be, always have been. I'm just really excited to see where this season goes, see where this team goes, and am really fortunate that you guys agreed to have us on here. So,
oh my goodness. Did this show just go up a notch or what, Kevin?
Yeah, like I said, I think amateur hour's over and it's on to the professionals here.
Oh, thank God.
I'll say, I have one game of experience in color commentating, and I'm coming for your jobs now. I think I know how to do this.
Well, I think we're laying down for you now, just letting you take it.
He's got all the confidence. I don't know. I'm trying to fill your guys' shoes.
No, what y'all are going to find out is that Kevin and I have spent this overall, including baseball, this would be season 8, Kevin?
Right.
I think that's right. We have successfully proven that any idiot can do this. So neither of y'all are idiots at all. So this is going to go great.
Well, we're glad.
Yeah, we're so happy to be here. Thank you for having us, and it's gonna be a fun one. So we're excited.
Yeah. So what you're going to see going forward, for those of you out there, oh, geez, there's 4 of them now. You are going to start seeing a little less of us. We're not going anywhere. You'll still see us at the Sioux and occasionally on here. But you're going to start seeing more of Maddie and Anna, which I can't help but think is a good thing for everybody involved. We've got producer Brad, but Kevin, I guess this makes us executive producers.
Yeah, I guess we're co-executive producers. That's why I got the headphones on this year. So
there you go.
the producer headphones.
Did corporate approve our pay raises for this?
Yeah, 100% increase in pay.
It doubled our pay. I love that. All right. Kevin, girls, you ready to have some fun?
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Well, the only thing missing would be like, I don't know, what if we were to say bring on brand new first year head coach Courtney Brialt? Would that be cool?
That would do it.
I'm here.
Love it.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You are outnumbered now, coach.
Hey, I love it. Fire away.
All right. We appreciate you making time for us. And again, everybody out there who's followed the show, we're gonna do our very best to keep doing what we have always done, which is bring you an inside look at the coaches and the players that comprise this program. What's our saying, Kevin?
We like to bring you stuff that you can't find in the box score.
The stuff you won't find in the box score. And in the spirit of that, Coach, Niner Nation really hasn't had an opportunity yet until now to really get to know you on a deeper level. When you guys came in, y'all hit the ground running, and I mean, I think you were in Colorado recruiting like the week after you got hired, it seems like, and it just been going from there. So what we want to do is slow down here a little bit ahead of first pitch this coming weekend, and kind of let everybody get to know Courtney Brialt a little bit. First question is kind of a fun one, kind of a nostalgic one. Okay, what are your first memories of playing softball?
Yeah, I would say my first memories of softball is actually probably t-ball. I was playing with the boys growing up, and I was always a big sports person, so kind of got into the baseball, but by 8 or 9, I was into softball, and quickly by 10U was into travel ball and really didn't look back since. So it was just always a passion of mine, and the more I played, the more I was in the travel ball circuit, and you're playing, 4 championships on Sunday and doing it, the more I just really, I enjoyed it. And it kind of became the thing that my family and I did. And for me, I got to travel the world and play sports while I'm doing it. Maybe not the world, but travel the country and the US and, just play. And, I think early on it was something that I wanted to do at a high level, and I felt like I could compete at a high level. And so really just, the travel ball circuit, and I was really lucky. I had some great coaches that had great connections early on, and, just found my way into the college recruiting, and eventually committed to Arkansas, I think my junior year. And then went to Arkansas my first 2 years, kind of, injured a little bit throughout, but ended up transferring and finishing at Nebraska. My senior year, we were able to make a run and get to the World Series, which was, a really exciting time for me. And pretty much right after that, got into coaching. I think, I never imagined a career in softball, but it just kind of, I fell into it, and then it made sense. It's just something that I've always been passionate about. And, I love it from this side now as a coach rather, than when I played. I think both sides are great, but it's just been really enjoyable to, be able to impact young lives and impact lives at a college level. So it's always been around softball, and I guess it will continue to be around for a long time. So I'm very lucky to do what I do.
All right, Maddie, Anna, here's your first opportunity.
All right.
We're jumping in for questions.
Go. You're in now.
All right. I love it. I'll start. So I guess really, Courtney, one of my questions for you would be why Arkansas, and what's the appeal you saw in terms of just the culture of the school or the school itself or the other offerings and whatnot? Kind of what was the biggest gravitational pull factor for you whenever you decided to play there?
Yeah, I think not many California kids would jump on a chance to go to Arkansas, but I don't know. I think when I at first I was very like Arkansas, whoa, but when I went on a visit, it was like amazing. It's Northwest Arkansas is a beautiful place, and just the facilities, everything. I mean, again, I'm from California, and there's a lot to do. There's NBA, NFL. College, there's all the things. And I was really hoping to go somewhere. Again, I'm a big sports person. So, the football, the just people really caring about, the university was something that I was really looking for through my journey. I had a connection. My travel coach played or coached together with the Arkansas coach at the time. So again, I think life is very much about who you know and what connections work, and just kind of made sense. And when I walked on campus and when I saw the area, I was like, this is awesome. So just really, I guess it was unexpected for me, but I loved it and just had a lot of great times there. In the end, it didn't end up being like the greatest softball place for me. The coach that recruited me wasn't the coach that was there my freshman year. And, after my sophomore year, I had some injuries and just felt like it was best to kind of try go somewhere else. It's interesting now, the transfer portal, and we didn't have that back when I was transferring. So it was all very much word of mouth and, trying to email people and kind of going through the recruiting process again, but trying to have people reach out to coaches on your behalf. But it's a little bit different than you get in the portal now, and everybody knows that you're in there and you're getting calls left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now it's a little bit different. Do you feel like as a coach now and being a player who went through transferring, do you think that kind of gives you like a leg up, or do you feel like the climate's so changed that you're kind of new to it all also?
I think for me, I feel like I can relate to transfers now, and, whether that's a leg up or just, that's what I try to do, is just be relatable and understand. Again, everybody now, the landscape has changed, and there's so many different reasons that people transfer. But, when I see a name on the portal, I just think they need a new opportunity. And I think maybe I have an open mind with the transfer portal rather than just being like, oh, this is the reason X, Y, or Z. I like to kind of get to know them. And really, since the transfer portal has happened, had a lot of success using it. And, this summer I think we ended up with like 9 transfers. So definitely something that I might see a little differently than a coach that didn't go through that experience. But, for me, it's kind of my transferring experience really impacted me and how I coach. I don't want people or our student athletes to feel the need to get on the portal. I want them to want to stay and, want to be here for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it may be. And, from my stance, I want to make sure that we're giving them the best experience, and, not making them want to test that market. So it's definitely a little bit different, but, my experience was my experience, and definitely has shaped the way that, I see the transfer portal and just see like our student athletes in general.
No, that's awesome. So on the reverse though, I mean, you've got, what is it, 5 players that returned from 6? Okay, excuse me. Have they, I guess a lot of my question is, how does it look in terms of them kind of moving forward with taking what worked from the old Charlotte softball culture, but also adjusting it to fit this team and a team of so many new faces? Has there been a lot of freedom to the 6 of them to, this is this is your show. You guys know what works, or what's kind of been your dynamic since you've come in and established all this?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been freedom for them. And I think that those 6 have done a great job of, stepping right in from the beginning and wanting to lead and wanting to help all of the new faces, whether it's freshmen, transfers. They've obviously had a lot of success, and that's kind of what I've said is, of the 6, a couple of them are 2-time conference champions. And, the ones that were all here last year, they're all at least 1-time conference champion and tournament champions. And, that group of 6 knows how to win and know what it takes to get it done. And I think for us, we have a lot of inexperience on the team, kind of up and down, whether that's freshmen or just transfers and experience at this level, amount of playing time, whatever it might be. And so for those 6, they've definitely had kind of a free go at like, hey, this is your team. Like it's all of our team, but, show us, and, you guys know what it takes to win in the American Conference and have a lot of success. So we've definitely, as a staff and as a team, have leaned on those 6 returners. And we've got 1 student manager that returned, and definitely have been really helpful within the transition time. And so, again, the previous staff had so much success and laid the groundwork for, what Charlotte softball is and has been. And, I'm different than them, and our staff is different than them, but there's a lot of ways to have success, and we're excited to just continue on and continue to build and grow what this Charlotte softball program can be.
That's awesome. I mean, speaking from experience, I came in as a freshman to a new staff, and Anna was the older returner. So it was really great. Like, necessarily, like, Anna was so great about adjusting to change of like, hey, we're doing new things, but there are still things you do in college. So it is really great to have returners lead in, whether it's a freshman or a newer person transferring in. It's nice to have that kind of leadership for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think, again, we have some transfers that have played and that have that experience. And I think that overall there's been a good blend of, returners, transfers, freshmen, and, we're all now Charlotte softball. So, how do we blend it and use all of our experiences to help us moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, you talk a lot about like authenticity, or like, I feel like it's a really different perspective than most coaches. I mean, I don't get to talk to you a lot, but a lot don't talk about, not giving people a lot of, like, they don't want people to transfer away. I feel like some coaches complain that people transfer. So it's kind of refreshing to hear that you're like, no, I want to give someone a great experience. Does your other staff like share that type of thought process with it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, that's my experience. I was a transfer, and I felt like I had to transfer, and I don't want people to feel that. And I think, that's part of who I am and how I coach, and I want to be authentic, and, what you see is what you get. This is who I am. And I'm going to get on you when I need to, but I'm going to be pretty goofy and funny and relaxed when I can. So definitely think that for me and the staff that I hired, they definitely feel the same. I was very lucky to hire some of my best friends and, people that I think are really good softball minds, and Jake Holmes and Alyssa Bilodeau. And, we've all been working really hard. And I think that, the girls see how close and close-knit we are, and pretty goofy and just like messing with each other at all times. So, I'm hopeful that they see our closeness and who we are, the light show. And hopefully they kind of bring that to them too, and share that closeness within the team. And, we want to be close with them too. And again, just know that, we want them to know that we have their backs, and that, we're working as hard as we can to put them in the best situations possible on the field, but also, want to put them in a great situation off the field and, leave here prepared for life. So, those are my assistants, and Bailey Taylor is our new director of ops, and she's kind of right in that line with us. So just really, really happy with the staff, and excited to see what the year holds, and excited to coach every game with them.
Awesome. So I know you guys all came from the same place, is that right?
At times. So
okay, right. So okay.
Well, I'll explain it. So I was at Clemson for the past 6 years. Jake was our original GA. So he was there for 2020-21 seasons, and then he's been coaching at College of Charleston. Alyssa was playing at Jacksonville. She graduated. She took her COVID year. So senior year was supposed to be 2020. She played in 21. Then she was our GA at Clemson in 22-23. She stayed on to be our director of player development there last year. And so both of them came, and then Bailey Taylor, she was a player at Clemson. She was originally at Troy, transferred, and she graduated in 21 and 22 at Clemson, and has been at Queen's University for the last 2.5 years. So we all have a Clemson connection, and we've all been together at one point or another. So, definitely a lot of familiarity there.
That's great. Clemson's a pretty newer program compared to and they've had a lot of success. Do you think being at a program like that had to basically start from fresh, and then they've gotten so great so quick, do you think that's helped you now transitioning to Charlotte?
Yeah, I mean, I think my experience there was a huge help. I think I learned a lot. We started a program. We had a whole year where we had 6-7 kids on the team, and we practiced and didn't have games. And then, our first season was COVID, so played about half, and then, had to restart in 21. So I definitely think just seeing how we were able to build there and just recruit, a whole roster basically, whether that was freshmen and transfers, it reminded me of this summer, but it was a much quicker build this summer because, I think I got the job 8 weeks to the day that school was starting. So, really had to move quick and get a team for this year, and, feel like we were able to bring a lot of good pieces into the program, and people that complement each other. So, definitely think that my experience there, we built this, we were in the meetings to build the stadium, and we're building a brand new building here now. So, some similarities there in, just the building and, building a roster. So, it's been fun, and I'm, excited to go through the year as the head coach and making the decisions, and, leaning on my staff to help in those ways. But, definitely think that my experience there helped and prepared me for being here now.
That's awesome.
It is. I know back to one of your other points about just kind of the timeline of when all of you were at Clemson. Obviously that makes up now a relatively young staff. And I'll say, speaking from my own experience, there is really something I think special, a little bit sacred about playing for a staff or with a staff that did this, not too long ago. And there's kind of this relatability factor of they know what I'm going through right now. They didn't do this 15 years ago. They did this 5 years ago, and I think that in itself as a player, or, at least in my experience, is it, not that I think there's any kind of difference in respect to it, but it makes you kind of respect them and your staff in a different sense, just because you're like, yeah, they get it, and they're not asking me to do anything unreasonable because they know exactly what I'm feeling right now. They know exactly what I'm going through. And I think that that's something that's special, and I'm sure, I'm not speaking for any of your girls on the team, but I'm sure that's something that they likely appreciate too. So it's cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm getting close to 15 years now.
I said over 15.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think there's something to it a little bit too. Again, I try to be relatable. I think, all of our staff, we're active on the field. I'm hitting, I'm rolling ground balls. I'm not pitching, but Alyssa and Bailey can both throw BP, and Jake's bouncing around, and he was diving one day. It was just like, we're trying to bounce around and be active, and I've got the pitchers throwing live to me where I'm bunting, and we're doing the drills. So I think just we want to show we played, and we, I guess the best coaches aren't always the one that were the best players, but we can play the game and do it ourselves. So I mean, we like to get out there and hit and move, and hopefully, just be relatable for the girls. And again, I just think that we, as a staff, have a really good time together in the office every day before practice and at practice. We like to give each other a lot of crap, and I'm a big starter of that. But we just want to have fun and just enjoy each other. And I think humor is a great icebreaker for all of us. And we just want to have a good time. And we're so lucky that this is our career, this is our job, that we get to come hang out every day and get the work done, but then get to go out on the field and be around a game that we've all played. Or Jake, he didn't play softball, but he's been around for a long time, and he kind of got into it because his sister played, and we just all have a passion for it and love it.
That's great. It's nice to hear that you guys all have a similar passion and kind of a cohesion. You don't sometimes find that in new staff. So it feels like you guys have like a history that goes back where, although you're going through hardships of trying to build a new team, new program, all these things, you guys at least have a cohesion going into a season where your first couple games, first couple weekends are going to be a little bit difficult. Do you guys have kind of a mindset going into the season, playing some big names like LSU and UCLA?
Yeah. I think, again, I think any team can win on any given day. It doesn't matter who you are, what the name on the front says. It doesn't matter, what it is. You got to play the game, and there's a reason for it. It's because anything can happen. And, for us, we believe, and we want to come to the field every day believing. And, I'm a believer. Like, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. And it's all about your mindset. And I love to compete. I love the competition. And that's, one of the things that drew me here to Charlotte. Is it doesn't matter, the American Conference is a great softball conference, but every week and every, tournament week, we can play some of the biggest names out there in the softball world. And I'm excited for the challenge. And it obviously, not many teams win every game of the season, especially softball. So, it's not always going to be the ups. It's about the downs too. And it's about what can you learn from the downs, and what can you learn from the highs too, that can, propel you forward. And it's really not all about wins and losses and, this specific game or this specific opponent. It's about us. It's about Charlotte. It's about competing, against ourselves. I mean, this is a game that is very individualized, but in a team setting. And, how do you bring your best self every day for your teammates? And, you've got to learn along the way. And we could be on a 10-game winning streak, but, you're on a 10-game slump. And, what kind of teammate are you? What type of person are you in the dugout? And, do you lose all your confidence and kind of go, pout over here? Or are you, constantly working? Are you constantly like trying to figure it out and you know, I use the two words, are you defeated or are you determined? And, you know, we want athletes that are on that side of determination. And when it gets tough, we get tougher and we get determined to get better. We get determined to, you know, face the things that we're struggling with or whatever it may be. So, you know, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for, you know, the tough start and, you know, excited to learn a lot about our team and, you know, where we need to go from there.
That's great. So in terms of the team, like talking about team dynamic almost going into the season, how are you guys set up in terms of, I guess, internal accountability? Do you guys have captains? If so, who are they? Or kind of what's your structure in that sense?
Yeah. We haven't named captains. Honestly, look at the light show going on at baseball.
A whole show back there.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. Baseball and softball got new lights, so we are going to be dancing this year. Need to get some night games with some bombs and really make it go. But no, going to the team. Let me make sure you asked about kind of what's our team dynamic. Captains, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, talking about our team, I haven't named captains. We haven't done that. I really haven't been a part of, you know, a team that we have in a long time. You know, I think that anybody can lead. I think we've had, you know, a lot of leadership day by day. We've had a lot of leadership from the 6 returners, but we've had a lot of leadership throughout, you know, some of the transfers, some of the freshmen at time. We're pretty vocal and kind of want to give the girls time to speak during practice. And, you know, we ask them a lot of questions, just like, hey, what do you guys see? What do you feel? Anybody have anything? And we have a lot of people that step up and share what they see. And I think that that's great that, you know, you can do that teammate to teammate rather than the only voice is the coaches. I don't think that I'm going to name captains, not because, you know, people aren't deserving or whatever it may be. It's something that I haven't done in a while. And I like the dynamic that, you know, it can be, you know, leadership by, you know, who's going in the day. And I guess like anybody can lead in the moment. Anybody can follow, and you know, the people that you want to lead, they show themselves, and you know, you've got to live that day by day.
That's awesome. I think too, like that's just so important to have a structure like that in terms of, I mean, Madison and I both lived it during our experiences. You can't ever expect one person to give you 100% all the time. And I think sometimes that's hard. You know, we had a great setup when we played of having, we did do captains or leadership council, as we called it, and had 3 to 4 different people on there for that very reason. Is you had to have people to confide in on that decision-making
Everybody
level.
did something different, right?
Yep, exactly. We all had our own strengths. That is for sure. You weren't going to catch me doing anything but nurturing and probably making a joke or Irish jigging, something of the sort, whatever.
Hey, that works.
But no,
I'm going to cut Anna off for a second. She's not going to ever say this, but she was a 3-time captain, 2-time unanimous. Okay. So when I tell you Anna was, I'm not just saying this because she's on the screen, but I've honestly, personally, Courtney, I kind of share that before I came to college. I shared that perspective of like, you shouldn't have to outline your captains. Whoever's going to lead and whoever gains the respect of people is going to gain the respect. But Anna was solely one of the first people who changed my perspective on that, because like you're saying, she spoke for the whole team, and never did I go, the whole team doesn't think that. I was like, how does she know that? I was like, I didn't even say that to her. She's in my head.
She has a gift.
That's also mostly too because then Madison and I started spending way too much time together, so I did actually know what was going on in her head.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are now, so
Yeah, she can't even shake me now. We've been
Oh,
done
no.
for 2 years,
Stuck forever.
but
Um,
no, I know.
well, I
Yeah.
guess talking about what's coming up in 3 days and whatever Kevin said in hours. You guys got
better than me. I have no idea about that.
Yeah. He was when we got game week
Mhm.
in the Tiger Classic. What's kind of your mentality going through the first weekend of like, I know we talked about your mindset, but I guess going from game to game, we're playing not double headers, but playing teams multiple times. How do you go from game one to then making an adjustment to game two?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just gonna go out and see what we got. We're gonna kind of go game by game. We're facing Southeastern Louisiana twice. Kind of the early game, both Friday and Saturday, and LSU. After that, and then Sunday we have Central Arkansas, and we've got 3 teams that were in the tournament. Obviously, starting off with pretty tough schedule. I saw Southeastern Louisiana. They beat us twice in the Alabama regional. So definitely, have a good memory of kind of, what they're about. I think, you got 3 teams that all, are going to be tough matchups. And for us, we're just going to go one game at a time. And, right now, my main focus is just game 1, Southeastern Louisiana. Let's put our best foot forward and kind of go from there. And I think, we're going to see what we got and go compete. Sorry, I really lost it there.
You're good. Start over.
No, I'll keep going. I just it's 3 good teams, and we're just gonna go game by game. And I don't have like this pitching matchup or this anything. We're gonna be trying to play solid defense. We're gonna be trying to pitch good and get those timely hits. So we're looking forward to just getting on the field, seeing somebody in a different color. I think all 3 teams will be able to kind of run a little bit. They'll be a little bit scrappy and, definitely hit for power, especially LSU. But, we're excited for the challenge and, 3 great teams right away, 5 games in, 3 days. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a little early at times, but I'm excited to get after it.
Man, I'm having pregame jitters already for you guys. This is
Now I'm thinking about the travel schedule. I'm like, and what time do we leave?
right. Yeah. When should I be on the bus again?
12:15.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Are you guys doing a lot of flying this year? Mostly bus, or what's
all flights. It's pretty insane. It's LSU, then we go to Clearwater, we're home, we go to Winthrop, but then we're North Texas, we're Tulsa, Memphis, FAU, and Wichita. So we're definitely road heavy this year. Already started making the 26 schedule. We're going to be definitely home heavy, which I'm excited about. And I want to get as many home games as we can here at the Sioux, and really get the Niner fans out in as much as we can. So we definitely have a lot of flights. No bus trips really, except for the midweeks. But excited to get on the road and have that challenge.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Talking about Charlotte fans, I mean, season hasn't started, but have you gotten to know the Charlotte fans more, or do you feel like coming this season, you want to get more involved kind of with Niner Nation and get your feet in and dive right into all those fans?
I feel like I've gotten to meet some people and get into it a little bit. Definitely want to kind of sink in and get more. I think, summer was crazy, and then the fall was like kind of getting through and day by day, but definitely finally getting settled and just excited to see a lot of the fans come out, and excited to see the type of support we get throughout the season, and really looking forward to hopefully putting a good product out on the field for all the fans, and giving everybody some excitement to make you want to come to the field.
That's great. I know I'm excited. That all that to be said, then what's on the agenda for this weekend? What's the overview look like for the next few days leading up to that? How are you guys prepping? How's everybody feeling? What's inside?
Yeah. Well, we have practice today. We're going tomorrow and Wednesday. We're deadheading, so we're loading the bus Wednesday and getting on the plane on Thursday. So 2 more days until we're playing games, and we're excited to get to Baton Rouge, and excited for us to just as a team have a big travel and just get a lot of time to spend together, and even create a little bit more of that cohesion as you start to travel, and room together and all of those things. So we've got a couple more practices, want to fine tune some things and just clean a few things up, but excited to. I'm ready. I mean, I was telling the team today, I'm tired of practice. Just ready to
Let's get to the fun stuff now.
Yeah, January is such a grind, and we made it through that. So a couple more practices, work really hard, focus there, and then let's get on the bus, and it's time to go.
Yeah, love it. I'm excited for you guys. This is I joked, like I said, that I'm having pregame jitters too, and Madison and I obviously lived this for many years, but there's definitely something that's special, super nostalgic about being on the other side of it. And, I'm a lot less stressed somehow. My body doesn't hurt as bad, but equally as excited.
You get to enjoy it now. You get to enjoy it now instead of stress and worry about it.
Yeah, no, but I know I, for one, am so excited to follow you guys this season. Madison and I say all the time that we bleed Niner green, and we will die on that hill. So we're just, we're ready. We're ready to watch you guys kind of take over, and this is gonna be awesome.
So Courtney, looking into like this weekend, I know it's a team effort, but are there any players you kind of want to spotlight that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of talking offensively, Tegan Ritchie, Jenna Lord, Kari Shedrick, they've all been, pretty hot, and just looking forward to seeing them in the lineup. And, I think that, pitching wise, Brooke, Avery, Brooke Bowling, Avery Shomlin, should see a good bit of them in the circle, but we'll kind of see how it goes. But again, we're really looking to play some defense behind our pitchers, and find ways to score however they may be. So hopefully LSU's lights can start dancing for us.
There you go. It's awesome.
Okay, folks. New format, new era, new everything. I hope you enjoyed this. These folks are already good at this. This has been awesome. I've enjoyed sitting here watching this. One thing we'll throw out there, if you want to throw some feedback our way, we were discussing, like, do we keep the Diamond Niner Gals name for the podcast, or would you look at something else? I don't know. If you've got ideas out there, we were kind of asking ChatGPT right before this, and what we should call this, and ChatGPT doesn't give us anything good. So if you're out there and you've kind of got some ideas, or maybe you don't want it to change at all, I don't know. That's valid too. So we were having that discussion internally before we started. So if you've got ideas, hit us up on hit Diamond Niner Report up on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or something like that, and get us your ideas. All right, folks. I guess that's episode 1 in the books. Everything's about to get real. In how long is it now, Kevin?
According to the Charlotte49ers.com, it says 3 days, 16 hours, and 27 minutes.
There you go.
Okay.
There's the some hours Madison was talking about.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this. We are very excited about bringing you this season. Find this on Diamond Niner Report on YouTube, or Diamond Niner Gals podcast on Spotify. That's where we put these. We always love talking to you folks, so feel free to reach out on social media. Man, we gotta get Maddie and Anna. We gotta get y'all highlighted on social media too, so people know where to find you, and start telling you how great you're doing. We'll take care of that.
We can only
absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna tell you, as sitting here just watching this, Kevin, I was like, why did we even do this the last 2 years? They just, I mean, I feel like we were in the way the whole time, honestly.
They make it look easy. They make it look easy. It's
wouldn't be the show without you guys. We really do appreciate you having us on here and trusting us to co-host with you, and this is gonna be a fun season. So we're excited.
Yeah. All right, folks. So find this YouTube, Spotify. We love hearing from you all. It's time to go. We'll be back next week talking about the first week's worth of results. So everybody, it's time to go. We will see you very soon at the Soo.
Niners.
Go Niners.